Hey guys, Stephen Pender with Eaves Trough, and in this video I'm going to show you and tell you all the reasons why this gutter guard here, the aluminum perforated, absolutely sucks. I started off installing this gutter guard years ago and quickly realized how many problems it has, so it didn't take long before I stopped installing it, and we just want to make a video and show you guys in person all the variables that this gutter guard kind of suffers from and just cannot overcome. And once I get done showing you guys all the ways that this gutter guard does not work, be sure to stick around because afterwards I'll show you a gutter guard that does work and will actually create the results that you're looking for as a homeowner or as a gutter guard installer. All right guys, first problem this guard's gonna have is that it often doesn't fit. So it may fit on some parts of your home just fine, like you can see here. And on other parts of your home, it just does not fit via drip edges or anything of that nature. And you can kind of see how I have to jam that in there to get it to fit. And that's a problem that all of these one size fits all gutter guards have is you're gonna find areas on your home where, it may not fit, or you could just have it not fit anywhere on your home. So that's a huge variable that this guard has. Next big issue this gutter guard has is that the majority of the surface area that you can see here is covered, which basically means when the water lands on it, it kind of travels all over the guard before it falls in, often causing the water to come over the front of the gutter or to go behind the gutter. This is the number one reason that I get called out to homes to uninstall this guard is people think they have clogged gutters. And then I show up, climb the ladder, and see this gutter guard sitting on their gutters. And all that's happening is that when it rains, the water is simply just not able to go into the gutter quick enough. It comes over the front or it goes behind it. So the next big problem this gutter guard has, and it's a problem that all gutter guards have, there is a solution for it, but most people don't know what it is. They use splash guards instead. And basically is if your home's got a valley, which is where all of this roof area is all draining to one spot. It creates a very high flow amount of water. Often water shoots over the gutter. We'll just make a quick video to show you what that looks like. All right, and here we go. We'll just send a high flow amount of water down this valley like what you would get in a rainstorm. And you can see there that the water just comes right over that inside 90-degree corner. And I'll show you what guys do to solve that problem. All right, so the solution that most gutter guard installers use to prevent that high flow amount of water from just shooting right over that corner is a splash guard, but they're not effective. Not only do they trap a lot of debris, which you can't maintain from the ground, we'll get to that, but they just don't work anyway. And here, we'll just run some water and you'll see that all that water still comes around the splash guard anyway. Alrighty, and so we've got the water flowing, and basically the first thing you'll notice is that the water flows on top of the guard. It doesn't just fall into the guard, which is what you want. And that problem amplifies the next problem, which is that the water just travels on top of the guard all the way up to the splash guard and then just comes around. So generally, adding a splash guard is not an effective solution to any kind of high flow areas. Even if it was a straight run of gutter or the inside 90-degree miters, using a splash guard is just not an effective method. So now that we've taken a look at how ineffective these splash guards are without debris, imagine adding debris in the spring and fall when all that debris comes down your valley and gets trapped behind these splash guards, how ineffective they're gonna be now. The big issue that happens now is all of this debris blocks the guard and the water will pool up on top of it and often start going behind your fascia into your attic, into your roof, your soffit, and start rotting out this area of your roof because now you've created this swimming pool effect by using these splash guards. And again, once this debris gets trapped behind here, you as a homeowner have no ability to clean this out by yourself. So you're back to hiring someone or climbing a ladder yourself to maintain this. So this is not a practical or even efficient solution whatsoever. So there is a much better solution to these high flow areas, these 90-degree inside miters, or really any high flow area of water on your home. There is a significantly better solution for that, and we'll be getting to it in just a second. All right guys, so now we've built a custom tray here at the inside miter, and this is the best solution for any kind of high flow areas or inside 90-degree corners is building a tray. Trays create extra real estate, which is the big problem for high flow areas. The water just simply wants to shoot over. It just needs a little more real estate to fall into the mesh and travel back into the gutter. And we're just gonna give you a quick demonstration of what that looks like right now. So we're gonna send a heavy flow of water down this bad boy, and you guys can see that all of the water effortlessly falls through the tray and into the gutter. I mean, I could try to make it as much of a rush as possible. We're just, it's gonna handle all that water, no problem. So not only is this a lot more of an effective way to handle high flow amounts of water, but another big bonus here is that we have not had to create this ginormous blockade with a splash guard that traps debris. Now, when debris comes down your valley, you know, there's nothing trapping it. The wind can still blow it away, no problem. And also a homeowner, if they ever needed to, can brush this with a pull and brush straight from the ground, really effortlessly. And I'll just give you an example of what that looks like. With a pole that weighs a pound, these things will telescope all the way up to 30+ feet. Gutter Glove makes a great brush to brush these guards for you. A lot of my clients never really need to do this, but I just want to show you it's possible if you ever have to. So if you had something like a tray and you had some stubborn debris, you can just brush it right off. All right, you guys, so now on to a gutter guard that I do recommend, and the one that I personally install, have been installing for about 7 years now and have no problems with it, is a product made by Gutter Glove. It's Leaf Blaster Pro, but I don't install their normal standard version of it. I install the 14 mesh version of it. It's significantly better and can overcome a lot more variables. All right, so the first variable we're gonna cover is the fact that this can be installed on any house, any size gutter, no matter what variable. This can fit in any circumstance. So here we are at this side of the gutter, which is the side of the gutter that's the highest up to the roof line. This is usually where those one size fits all don't fit. They don't, you know, there's not enough space. So here we go. You can go under the shingle if you'd like, that's ideal. But if you can't go under the shingle and you've got a small amount of space, all you have to do is put the guard into a break and you can fold it at any size you need and then screw that frame into the fascia. And so that's two examples. You could go under the shingle or up against the fascia, and it doesn't matter what size, you can make it any size you need. So we started on the side of the home where the gutter was the highest up to the roof line, but gutters slope downwards to downspouts, which creates a larger gap as you get closer to the downspout. So as you look over here, we've got a lot more of a gap between the gutter and the roof line. Well, if you still wanted to go to the shingle, well, your normal 5-inch size is not gonna get you there now. So what you have to do is upgrade to a larger size. That way you can reach up to the shingle. Here we have both examples. If you were not able to go underneath the shingle, this would be the Leaf Blaster Pro, folded in the break, screwed up against a fascia. That's what that would look like. If you can go under the shingle, again, that's the most ideal. Here you go. You can see how the larger version of it enables you to close the gap, get up underneath the shingle, get a good hold there, and reach all the way down to the gutter. So just like the last video, we'll go ahead and make the rainstorm, and we'll start watching all the water come down. See how much of a high flow amount of water that is, and you can see it all goes straight into the guard, just falls effortlessly right through the mesh. It doesn't have to travel over the top, come over the front of the guard, go behind the guard. When you got a mesh like this, the water can fall straight through it. So this can allow for really heavy rain, any rainstorm, monsoons, anything. The rain will actually get filtered through the guard into the gutter, where a lot of those other gutter guards, oftentimes the water just kind of comes over the front of the gutter. All right, you guys, so I really hope this video was helpful in showing you all the reasons why this aluminum perforated guard absolutely sucks, why I do not install it nor recommend it. I don't really recommend anybody to continue installing this. It just has a lot of problems. It's got a high fail rate. And instead, I highly recommend Leaf Blaster Pro, the 14 mesh. This is what I install. This is what works the best. So if you live in the York, Pennsylvania or surrounding area and you'd like myself, Eaves Trough, to come out and install this onto your home and basically provide you almost guaranteed 100% results for whatever clogged gutter problem you're facing, please give me a call at 717-415-8102. Or you can visit my website, cloggedguttersolutions.com. I've got a lot of information and resources for homeowners to learn as much as you possibly can about everything I've learned about gutter guards over the years. And you can also fill out an estimate request form there, and I can get a hold of you, and hopefully we can get these problems solved for you. Thank you.